Hey, Byron, congrats on the win. I was wondering if you could just, as detailed as you can, break down what you were seeing on the long touchdown.
When they kicked the ball to me, I knew it was going right. Uh, I just took a full advantage of my opportunity being back there for one, as the kickoff returner for this game. And I knew I was going to hit it hard. And once I seen the hole break open up, I just ran through with power. And I knew I had two dudes backside to make miss. And once I made a miss, I just ran to the touchdown. I wasn't looking back.
Let's go next to Mick Schaefer. Go ahead, Mick.
Byron, I got to ask if you're inspired by Phillip Brooks and your K-Staters yesterday in the Sunflower Showdown and all those kickoff or kick returns.
Yes, sir. I've been watching Phillip Brooks since last year. Him and Josh Youngblood. And once I seen that record he broke yesterday, he had two returns for 189. And I'm like, man, he's something special. And it's good. Kansas State still keeping the thing rolling and keep going 1-0 every week.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Byron, I wondered if you could tell us, what you saw on the punt that you were able to down outside the one, and how much have you guys been putting attention on that the last few weeks with, having so many touchbacks going into the end zone?
We never stop working on it, and me especially because like last year in the Super Bowl, I missed one in the Super Bowl, and I told myself next time I'm able to throw it back into the field of play, I'm gonna do the best I can to get it back to my other 10 players on the field. And when the returner was blocking me, I knew he wasn't gonna block me for that long. And once I seen the ball take a bounce, I knew it was coming back towards me, so I just picked it up, and I was so happy I made that play. And I know Coach Toe was happy too because I missed a lot of them.
Let's go next to Blair Kirkhoff. Go ahead, Blair.
Byron, you had the big reception at Buffalo last week, and now the special teams play today. I just want to know, how important is it for you to take advantage of these opportunities?
Opportunity is something I always take full advantage of. Coming in, going to JUCO, I took full advantage of that opportunity. In playing, being able to play for Bill Snyder, I took full advantage of that opportunity. Not only just as a football player, but as a student as well, getting Big 12 Commissioner honor roll and coming in here in Kansas City and having an opportunity. To me, this is an opportunity being able to come here and showcase my talent. And whenever my name called, I'm just going to give it my all.
We've got time for a couple more guys. We're going to go Nate and then Adam. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Byron, I just wanted to ask you, what was the best or favorite thing you heard from your teammates after your kickoff return for a touchdown?
Oh man, you run like a horse, man. You hit that thing, you hit it fast. And that's something I always do in practice, and it just translated to the game. Every time I'm back there at practice, I hit it hard because I never know when my name will be called to go back there and return.
Go to Adam Teicher to close us out. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Byron, after the plays you made, just curious on special teams, just curious whether you felt like you left anything out on the field tonight, or are you pretty satisfied with that you took advantage of all the opportunities you had today?
I'm not satisfied. When the dude muffed the punt, I wish I would have been able to recover that. And that's about it. I wish I'd have took advantage of that muff punt and recovered it for our team.
I asked Andy this, but also curious of your opinion. 2 weeks ago, obviously, you guys took some heat for the way you played against the Raiders. Do you feel like the way that you guys have played in the two ensuing games in Buffalo and then today has anything to do with maybe some motivation or just not liking the way you played 2 weeks ago?
I mean, as football players, it's always good when you have a challenge in front of you, especially one that you can see. So I think for us, it's all about us, obviously, learning from the Raiders game, then putting our head down and just going to work. I think as long as we play disciplined, sound, trustworthy football, it's not many teams that can, affect us in a negative way, So I thought the last couple of weeks, obviously, we've been taking some steps in the right direction, but we still got a long season ahead of us. So I think the sense of urgency, as far as, us playing consistent at all times, and even throughout this game, there's a lot of jump yardage that they was able to kind of, and even some touchdowns that they were able to put up. that we got to do a good job of, limiting, going forward.
Let's go next to Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Tyrann, a couple questions here. If you can take me through what you saw on Dan's play where he picked it off and ran it back, and then just take us through your interception and getting the ball that bounced up.
Yeah, well, if I tell you what happened with Dan play, that'll mean I wasn't doing my job because we was all in man-to-man coverage, and so. But I did kind of see Dan jump in front of the route, and I think that's what we expect from Dan. He's a guy that studies really hard. He's a guy that's always prepared, and he's always clutch. He's always stepping up, making those big-time plays. When we really need it. What was the second part? I'm sorry.
Try to get you unmuted here. 1 second. All right, give that a shot. Uh-oh. We may have to come back to that one, Tyrann. I think we're having some mute problems here. Let's shift to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Don't worry, I got time for you. His last question was about your interception. Tyrann, can you just walk us through that? And then Brad, I'll ask my question.
My interception, I was just in the outside leverage, coverage. And, I think anytime, a receiver, doesn't catch the ball or tips it in the air, just gives me an opportunity to make the play. But obviously, you expect the NFL receiver to come down with that catch, but, I'm glad he didn't.
And then my question, Tyrann, is obviously everybody last year knew you created the mantra of championship swagger, particularly in road games. I just wonder how much has the swagger developed or changed this year, depending on you guys in year 2 in this defense?
Yeah, I mean, well, this is a new season, and I think you have to, build your way to, championship talk and championship swagger. So, I think these last 2 games that we've been able to put together, I do feel us tapping back into that mantra, to that attitude, to that standard. So, like I said, we still got a long season ahead of us, got some big games coming up, and it's going to really prove who we are, as a defense. So I'm just looking forward to us stepping up, coming to work, each and every day, with that energy, that attitude, and just wanting to have fun, and wanting to play hard for the guy next to you.
Got time for a couple more guys. We're going to go Adam Tyshran and Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyrann, a couple things real quick. First of all, Nate asked you about maybe your swagger on the road. You guys have been really a better road team than the home team since you've been here. Do you have anything you can put your finger on as to why? And also, as a guy who's played against Le'Veon Bell before, what are the Chiefs getting from your perspective in a player like that?
Yeah, I think every game is important. Obviously, you have the home field advantage factor, when you're playing at home. And then when you go on the road, it's all about your team. It's all about the teammates. It's all about the locker room. It's all about the energy. It's all about the attitude that we're willing to, embrace. And I think we're doing a good job of that. I think our coaches do a good job of, always, putting challenges in front of us, putting things in front of us that we can work on, that we can focus on, that can really get us better, as a unit. I actually like what I saw, out of Le'Veon today. I know he's still getting back into it. It's his first game with us, but I mean, you can tell right off the bat that this guy knows what he's doing, with the football in his hand. And, I saw him made one good run today, made a couple guys miss. And so, I mean, we'll be expecting for him to make some really, really big plays for us going forward.
Last is Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Tyrann, you and some of your teammates on defense have talked sometimes of wanting to sort of, not in a bad way, but emerge from the shadow of the offense, right? To be a reason that the team wins, take pride in that. I'm just wondering, is that still a thing, or do you feel like that's been established and people know that by now?
Yeah, I think, obviously, we have a great offense, and I think anytime the opportunity presents itself for us to stand up, make a stand, make plays, give the offense opportunities to score, even when those guys may not be clicking on all the cylinders that they would like. I mean, we take great pride, and I think that starts with, obviously, Coach Spags, and I think me and him are kind of the same, we take everything so personal, and so, but I think it does the group well. I think, us obviously having that chip on our shoulder, not necessarily wanting to be the little brother, but wanting to be the reason, or wanting to be part of the reason why, the Kansas City Chiefs are a great team. And so we're still working towards that. We're still building towards that. But I think anytime you have a performance like this where you can step up as a defense, I think it just sends confidence, through the whole locker room that, each unit can trust each other. Each unit can feed off each other and grow off each other.
Hey, Patrick, congratulations on the win. Want to ask you about Clyde and Le'Veon. Eric Bieniemy said this week this is going to be a thunder and lightning type deal. This was the first look at what they're going to be. How did you feel it went, and what did you see from Le'Veon in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did well. I mean, I thought Clyde obviously continued to put up tough runs and these long runs and being able to break tackles and do that different type of stuff. And then I thought Le'Veon did a great job coming in. I mean, off a week of practice where you only get a couple days pretty much, and then to be able to step right in, have a few big runs, and really get his footing. Obviously, I mean, there's still little details you have to work out here and there, but for someone to come in and have the success like that early, I mean, it's definitely exciting.
Let's go next to Herbie Tiopi. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Patrick, you're obviously the face of the franchise, but what does it say about this team when they don't necessarily have to rely on your arm every week and you see all three phases of the game clicking like this?
Definitely nice for me. I mean, it's nice that we'll be able to go out there and win in several different ways. And I think we kind of found our footing on that at the end of last year, and it's kind of continuing into this year. And we kind of feel the temperature of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. And obviously we want to score every drive, but if it's not there and the defense is playing like it's playing today, don't make anything worse and just punt and let the special teams work, and then let the defense go out there and make plays.
Let's go next to Mick Schaefer. Go ahead, Mick.
Yeah, along the same lines there, Patrick, everybody's wanting to talk about how do you guys combat the way that teams are playing you defensively? Is the best way to combat that running the football? And you guys have been so good the last few years on third downs. Seeing an 0 for 8 today, is that kind of sticking your craw a little bit?
Yeah, I think I just didn't have answers in certain situations. They brought a few cover zero pressures. They brought a few things that we've had success on this year especially, and I didn't have the right answer at the right time. And then we didn't execute at a high enough level as an offense to go out there and continue to move the ball. I mean, we had times we were moving it seemed like very easily, but then we would get kind of stall out. And so it's stuff that we can get better at. I mean, whenever you feel like you don't play a great game offensively and you win by 27 or whatever it was points, I mean, it's a good feeling. So a win's a win, and we'll move on to the next one and know that we have to go out and play our best football this next week.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, I've asked you this before, but can you explain just the feeling in the second quarter when the game is somewhat tight and then there's a touchdown return, there's a pick six, you don't have the ball much, like you mentioned. Just what is that feeling like on the bench, just watching your teammates thrive?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an awesome feeling. I mean, to see guys like Dan make a big-time pick and then get to the end zone, and then the Pringle to get back there and to make that return. I mean, he hit that thing like he was back at K-State. He's it's cool. Obviously, you want to be out there playing, but it got us a big lead, and it kind of changed the tempo of the game. And I thought we started kind of offensively, going back to offensive, we started off really hot, and then we kind of had that long lull, and then we didn't kind of combat that and come back with the same energy that we needed. And so learning from this being a learning experience and knowing when you have that long break during a game like that, being able to be better on the other side of it.
Let's go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Patrick, when it comes to you got sacked, I think 4 times today. I know what was going on with the communication there. It seemed like in one play, Bell was going out for a screen and kind of just let it slide, and the guys got to you. And you looked a little frustrated too, but how did that just affect you throughout the game?
Yeah, there was one of them, was cover zero pressure, and they held it, disguised it very well. And that's just another, like a little detail. I mean, he got his eyes around, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to see it and recognize it. And so just kind of building that chemistry with him on that. It wasn't a screen or anything like that, but he was kind of the hot throw in that situation, and I didn't trust it and give him the chance to make the play. And then we had a miscue at one point at the offensive line, and then the one we didn't get the right protection, and we kind of put Kaiser in a bad situation, being one-on-one with one of their best pass rushers. And then that's on me of not miking it the right way. And so there's just different things that we got to be better at. And so it'll definitely be a great learning experience. But hopefully we can continue to get better and better each and every week.
Let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, I don't know if this is a weird thing to ask you like right after the game, but I'm just wondering if you can think of like, do you see an evolution in the team, your teammates other than you from 2018 when it seemed like it was just this narrow way for you guys to win, just score a boatload of points, right? And now you have all these different ways. I'm just curious if you see an evolution of just the way that you guys can win ball games now.
100%. And I mean, as far as our team, I mean, guys really just continue to work and continue to battle. I mean, we obviously didn't play offensively the way we wanted to, but guys continue to work, continue to press on until we got a touchdown there at the end. And so it's something that I've learned in my career so far. I mean, obviously, I was talking to Tyrann about it after the game, actually, right before he came out here. And I was like, young Patrick would have probably tried to force it and thrown the ball and maybe made a bad interception or something like that. Whereas now, seeing the way the defense is playing and knowing that it's not there, just kind of either taking the sack or not completing the pass and throwing it away where it's not going to be interceptable. And so you have to learn ways to win in this league. It's not always going to be 400 passing yards or 200 rushing yards or whatever it is. It's going to be finding ways to win, and I think this team's doing a great job of doing that.
We'll go to Matt Derrick with the last one. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick, it looked like one of the bigger celebrations of the day was there at the end when Chad got into the end zone. And that was his first rushing touchdown in 8 years. So how big was it? I mean, how much does that just do for the offense's morale and the camaraderie when you get it in a moment like that?
Yeah, I mean, this is a brotherhood. I mean, from the first guy on this roster all the way down to the last guy on this roster, we really support each other, and we're going to go out there and show that same support no matter what the situation is, no matter who's in the game. And so I think that's why you have such a great chemistry in this locker room, and why people can come in and they just know that we're all competing to be the best and to help each other out be the best. And so to see a guy like Chad, I mean, he puts in the work every single day. He's there at least as much as I am, and he's putting in the time for being prepared for moments like these. And for him to be able to make a big play in the fourth quarter of that game, I mean, it was a sweet moment, and that's something that I'm sure he'll appreciate.